He's been siphoning Alchemax resources into converting the gateway and the old virtual unreality lab into something else. Something dangerous. I've tried talking to him, but he's got no time for Miguel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the highly anticipated exploration of Alchemax, the notorious corporation from the Marvel Universe. If you're a fan of high-tech gadgets, corporate shenanigans, and morally ambiguous characters, then you're in for a treat. Get ready to delve into the twisted world of Alchemax, where science and greed collide to create a company that would make Gordon Gekko blush. So sit back, relax, and prepare to witness a journey that will leave you questioning the morality of capitalism and the limits of human ambition. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Alchemax, Marvel's evil corporation explored. Alchemax, the mega corporation of the future, where profit is king and the world is their playground. With divisions affecting nearly every level of consumer need, society, and government, Alchemax is a true behemoth of industry. Their range of products is truly staggering, and they cover everything from consumer goods to military weaponry and private space travel. It's no wonder they are a go-to corporation for virtually every consumer need. And if you thought that was impressive, they even have manufactured an entire city to be maintained exclusively by the corporation. It's like a real-life Disney World, but with a corporate logo on every corner. But their reach doesn't stop there. Alchemax owns and operates multiple private police forces, which include the Public Eye and Eco Central. It's like having your own personal army, but without all the messy government oversight. And if you're lucky enough to be part of their executive board, you get to control your own department or subsidiary corporation. It's like playing SimCity, but with real money. And let's not forget their alien CEO, Avatar, who pulls the corporation's strings from behind the scenes. Who needs a human in charge when you can have an extraterrestrial overlord? Seems like a real-life adaptation of Independence Day, but without the happy ending. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows at Alchemax. They have a dark side, too. From cloning experiments to secret meetings with other shady corporations, Alchemax is never boring. And who can forget their involvement with the Masters of Evil or their attempt to blackmail New York City for money. So if you're looking for a corporation with a little bit of everything, look no further than Alchemax. Just remember, with great power comes great responsibility, and Alchemax has more power than most countries. Exploring Alchemax Research and Development Department. Alchemax's Research and Development Department, where science fiction becomes science fact. Located in the bustling metropolis of New York, this division is run by Vice President Tyler Stone, a man who knows his way around a test tube or two. And what do they work on, you ask? Well, hold on to your lab coats, because this department is responsible for some seriously cool projects. We are talking corporate raiders, Mars colonies, undersea utopias, and even a virtual unreality program. It's like a geek's dream come true. But that's not all. The Corporate Raider program has a secret weapon in the form of Miguel O'Hara, who just so happens to be Tyler Stone's son. Talk about nepotism. Miguel gained spider-like powers after a workplace accident, and now patrols the streets in a Day of the Dead costume as Spider-Man 2099. So if you're looking for cutting-edge research and development, look no further than Alchemax's R&D department. Who knows what they'll come up with next? Maybe a jetpack-powered unicorn, or a robot butler that makes a mean martini. The possibilities are endless. Masterminds behind Alchemax. The key figures of the corporation. Behind the scenes of this enigmatic empire lie the masterminds who have orchestrated its rise to dominance in the corporate landscape. These key figures, the driving force behind Alchemax's success, are what we are going to explore next. So sit back, relax, and prepare to delve into the minds of the brilliant and cunning individuals who have built and maintained this towering titan of industry. Tyler Stone. If there's one thing Tyler Stone knows how to do, it is how to be a textbook example of corporate greed and corruption. As a high-ranking executive officer at Alchemax Corporation in the year 2099, Tyler oversees the research and development department of the company and sits on the board of directors. With a skyscraper headquarters in New York, Tyler's division wields control over the entire city, which includes the police force known as the Public Eye. But Tyler's not just a corporate bigwig. He's also got got some serious family drama going on. He's also the biological father of Miguel O'Hara, the geneticist who became the futuristic Spider-Man. Though this is a fact that is a secret to most, Tyler's relationship with Miguel is complicated to say the least. He manipulates him with a potent drug called Rapture, and then tries to take over Alchemax from him. Tyler's influence at Alchemax is far-reaching, with oversight over projects like Corporate Raider Program, the Ares Colony Project, originally codenamed Mars 1, and the Nova Atlanta Undersea Colony. He's not above making unethical decisions, and his actions have consequences that ripple through the future. But hey, at least he's got his priorities straight: money and control above all else. Avatar, the alien CEO of Alchemax, was truly out of this world. With his multi-dimensional vision and hallucinogenic blood, he was a force to be reckoned with. He took control of the major American corporation and established a new board of directors composed of vice presidents of Alchemax's several divisions and departments. And to keep his true identity a secret, he had Alchemax's director general act as the corporation's CEO. Talk about being a true mastermind. Avatar's connections to Alchemax was deep-rooted, and he was willing to do whatever it took to maintain his power and eliminate his enemies. He employed Stark Fujikawa's warrior, the Specialist, to kidnap someone with a debt to Alchemax. But things didn't go as planned when Spider-Man accidentally killed the Specialist during a confrontation. Undeterred, Avatar later attempted to discredit and replace the heroes of 2099 by creating false gods through nano-reconstruction. However, his plan ultimately failed when a coalition of heroes, namely Spider-Man, Doom, Ravage, and Punisher, defeated his Aesir and the other replica gods. In the end, Avatar met his demise at the hands of Doom, who revealed his true alien appearance during a struggle for power. But with his unique abilities and cunning tactics, Avatar certainly left a lasting impression on the world of Alchemax and beyond. Miguel O'Hara. Oh boy, Miguel O'Hara's journey to becoming Spider-Man is one wild ride. First, he's an engineer at Alchemax, which is not exactly a thrilling job. But things take a turn when he is pressured by Tyler Stone to test a genetic process on a subject named Mr. Sims, who promptly turns into a hideous creature and dies. Yikes, talk about a workplace hazard in the Marvel Universe. Miguel decides he's had enough and tries to quit, but Tyler has other plans. He tricks Miguel into drinking a hallucinogenic drug that bonds to his DNA, hoping to make him stay. Miguel, being the genius that he is, decides the best way to rid himself of the drug is to try the failed genetic process on himself. And you know what? He gains spider-like powers, but loses his addiction to the drug. But of course, things can't be that simple. Miguel's supervisor tries to kill him, which causes an explosion that attracts the attention of public eye soldiers. Miguel escapes, but not before jokingly calling himself Spider-Man. He accompanies a Thorite, a member of the Church of Thor, on a hang glider, who mistakes him for the real Spider-Man, leading to a hilarious crash. Miguel then makes a makeshift costume out of a Day of the Dead outfit and scraps from the sky kite to defend himself against a bounty hunter. Honestly, with all the chaos and hijinks, Miguel's life would make for a great sitcom. And to think it all started with a boring engineering job at Alchemax. Who knew genetic experimentation could be so entertaining? Jordan Boone, a scientist turned shape-shifting trickster god, had a knack for causing chaos wherever he went. His connection to the Alchemax Corporation only added fuel to his mischievous fire. Boone's desire for power led him to sneak into the Aesir program, a project aimed at creating new versions of the Norse gods. While other subjects lost their identities due to a computer chip, Boone managed to avoid it and became Loki, the god of trickery. Boone's transformation into Loki caused him to abandon his old life and moved to Valhalla, a floating city that was poorly constructed and put innocent lives in danger. When his friend Meanstreak became worried about Boone's disappearance, the X-Men got involved and uncovered his investigation of Paul Philip Ravage. Boone helped the X-Men take down the Aesir program, but he was not done causing trouble. After being taken into custody by the owners of the Sing Casino, Boone transformed into Halloween Jack and plotted to take over Las Vegas. He enlisted Meanstreak's help, and together they created a virtual unreality projector that would have caused chaos on a global scale. However, President Doom intervened and shut down the project, which led to Halloween Jack's supposed death. Despite his apparent demise, Halloween Jack made a surprise appearance on Earth 616, which caused mischief once again. Boone's connection to the Alchemax Corporation may have given him power, but it also led to his downfall and eventual transformation into deviousness. Paul Philip Ravage. Paul Philip Ravage may have been born into privilege as heir to the Green Globe Corporation, but his life was far from stable. His mother's addiction to total reality simulations and his father's abandonment to marry a younger woman led to a strained relationship with his family. As a teenager, Ravage sued his parents for independence and won, which created a rift that lasted a lifetime. During the pollution wars, Ravage fought alongside Alec Dupleix, believing in the environmental message of the Megacorp. He emerged as a hero during the final siege of the president's forces and was given a position as head of EcoCentral, Alchemax's anti-pollution division in the new Corps-run Congress. However, Ravage was blind to the corruption within EcoCentral and trusted his superior, Thorpe Henton, implicitly. It wasn't until he helped a young boy report alleged corruption that he discovered the truth. Henton framed Ravage for pollution crimes and tried to arrest him, but he fled with Dak and his secretary Tiana. From scientist to superhero, the Alchemax Corps' influence on Miguel O'Hara's Spider-Man 2099. Let's talk about Alchemax Corps' influence on Miguel O'Hara's Spider-Man 2099 and his journey from scientist to superhero, or dare we say, from a corporate slave to an arachnid avenger. Miguel O'Hara's journey from a gifted youngster at Alchemax School to the head of the genetics program may have seemed like a promising career path, but it turned out to be a web of lies and deceit. Tyler Stone, vice president of R&D for Alchemax, had Miguel trapped with an addictive drug, Rapture, which forced him to stay in the corporation and continue his genetic experiments. But little did he know that his jealousy-fueled subordinates would turn Miguel into a spider-human hybrid and give him powers of the original Spider-Man. With the Alchemax Corps hot on his trail, Miguel dons a bodysuit made of unstable molecule fabric, which conveniently doesn't get shredded by his spider talons, and thus, Spider-Man 2099 is born. It is a story of rebellion, betrayal, and transformation. Miguel O'Hara went from a private, arrogant man to a public hero fighting for justice against the very corporation that once controlled him. Who needs Iron Man when you have Spider-Man, am I right? Marvelous story arcs of Alchemax. The story of Alchemax is one of power struggles, betrayal, and the pursuit of profit at any cost. From the high-rise headquarters of the Public Eye to the anti-pollution police force of EcoCentral, Alchemax's various departments played a key role in the corporation's rise to dominance. Profit over people, the Public Eye's corporate mission, as Alchemax's for-profit police force, the Public Eye, had a clear mandate to protect the corporation's assets at all costs. With Vice Presidents Fearmaster and Tyler Stone at the helm, the Public Eye was a daunting force on the streets of New York. EcoCentral's environmental hypocrisy, when the truth comes out. Commander Paul Philip Ravage thought he was working for Alchemax's anti-pollution subsidiary, EcoCentral, but when he discovered the corporation's true role in the pollution crisis, he became a marked man. His actions ultimately led to the downfall of CEO Thorpe Henton and the rise of Fearmaster as EcoCentral's new leader. Alchemax's military might, the Puppet Masters. While Avatar may have been the face of Alchemax, it was the military department that held the real power. From their base in Alchemax Tower, they worked tirelessly to ensure the corporation's dominance in all aspects of society. Boardroom betrayal. When loyalties shift, Avatar's ruthless boardroom tactics proved too much for his vice presidents, which led to his own downfall and a major shift in power within Alchemax. With Fearmaster now at the helm of EcoCentral, things were never going to be the same. One nation under Doom. The shocking truth revealed. When President Doom demanded a meeting of mega corporation CEOs, he had no idea what he was about to uncover. Avatar's true identity as an alien infiltrator sent shockwaves through Alchemax and beyond, which led to Tyler Stone's ascent to CEO and Minister of Corporate Affairs. Racing against time, the battle to save the future. When Alchemax faced a temporal disruption that threatened to unravel the fabric of time itself, they knew they had to act fast. With the help of time travel technology and an unlikely ally in Spider-Man, they embarked on a race against time to save the future. But Alchemax found themselves on the wrong side of the superior Spider-Man, who was Dr. Octopus that switched brains with the nemesis Spider-Man and decided to become a superhero. They quickly realized they were dealing with a new breed of superhero, and despite their best efforts in sending the Public Eye and Venture to capture him, Superior Spider-Man proved to be one step ahead at every turn. Alternate version of Alchemax Corporation. Ah, Alchemax, the multinational corporation that is more slippery than a bar of soap in a bathtub. In the multiverse of Marvel, Alchemax is like a chameleon, changing its colors and quirks to fit into each reality it inhabits. In the battle world domain of 2099, Alchemax is still the same old greedy corporate machine, but with a twist. This time, it's owned by Miguel Stone, who took over from his handicapped father, Tyler. And just like any respectable corporation, Alchemax has its own team of superheroes to do its bidding. But things get even crazier in Timestorm 2009-2099, where Alchemax's high command decides to mess with the timeline for kicks. In this version, Tyler Stone's son ended up with a genetic mutation from his birth. Talk about bad karma, huh? So whether it's Miguel or Tyler, the Avengers or genetic tampering, Alchemax is always stirring the pot in alternate Marvel universes. Who knows what they'll come up with next? Maybe a reality where Alchemax is a philanthropic organization that helps people instead of exploiting them? As if that would ever happen. Alchemax appearances in other media. Whether it's experimenting on unsuspecting teenagers or meddling with the multiverse, the guys in Alchemax just can't resist playing with fire. In the Cloak and Dagger episode of Marvel's Spider-Man, Alchemax CEO Tiberius Stone decides to give two teens superpowers. Because what's the worst that could happen, right? Meanwhile, in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Alchemax is funded by the Kingpin and run by the aptly named Dr. Olivia Octavius. They develop a super collider to mess with the alternate realities, because who needs a stable multiverse anyway? And let's not forget the video games, where Alchemax is always up to no good. In Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, they create supervillains like Hobgoblin 2099 and manipulate poor Scorpion. In Spider-Man Edge of Time, they try to take over New York with a time portal. And who could forget about the abomination known as Atrocity, created by merging Anti-Venom, Sloane, and Otto Octavius together. But hey, at least Alchemax is good for something like giving Tombstone his powers in Marvel's Spider-Man. Who knew a chemical plant could be so useful for creating supervillains, right? Marvelous verdict. And there you have it, folks. We have taken a deep dive into the fascinating world of Alchemax from Marvel, and what an adventure it's been. From their cutting-edge technology and ruthless business tactics to their morally ambiguous characters, Alchemax has proven to be a complex and intriguing entity within the Marvel Universe. We have witnessed their rise to power and the dire consequences of their actions, reminding us that power and ambition can come at a great cost. But as with any great story, there is always more to discover and explore, and Alchemax is no exception. So if you're craving more, dive into the world of Marvel and let your imagination run wild. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, have a good one, folks.